Is Hollywood really standing for justice, or is it just another costume change in an endless show? In a world of glitz and glamour, has Hollywood's commitment to justice become the latest performance? Let's unpack the Hollywood woke paradox. Over the past few years, the word woke has become a significant and prominent term. Now it's become the talk of the town, especially in Hollywood. However, facts don't support that. But are these facts as clear as they seem, or are we all blinded by Hollywood's dazzling lights? Now this uncertainty leads to a significant question taking over. Is Hollywood really woke, or is it just a hoax? Alright, so if you've been living under a rock and you don't know what the hell the term woke means, it's basically staying alert to social injustices, especially around race or gender. Kinda sounds simple, right? But is Hollywood really alert, or are they just hitting snooze? So the question remains the same. Is any of this all real? Or is Hollywood just always showing us what it's got going on in society as kind of a masquerade to what's going on behind the curtain? Hollywood's the kind of place where the trends start. Now back in 2020, when the hashtag Black Lives Matter was highlighted, immediately everybody in Hollywood wanted to be a part of it. Celebrities tweeted, directors made statements, and production houses promised to adopt a just method for role casting. Now everybody seemed happy that Hollywood was finally coming around. But was this sudden enthusiasm just a trend, or was it a lasting shift in Hollywood? But look, we all know that Hollywood's been accused for years of being dominated by white hierarchy. Look it, even the movies made about the struggles of minorities is made by people who ain't never even tasted them struggles in their lives. Come on, man, these is people who ain't never had oodles and noodles, know what I'm saying? People who never had to have a nap for dinner. Now, this is why diversity is often felt forced or shallow. I mean, can true representation ever come from people who haven't lived that experience? And suddenly, out of nowhere, Hollywood decided to adopt wokeness. Of course, it's gonna make you wonder if it's real or just one of these shows to keep on the spotlight. Speaking of staying in the spotlight despite claiming equal chances for everybody, y'all gonna find mostly white people in the driving seat. And if by any chance, the leading role is given to anybody else, y'all still gonna find them ruling the off-screen realm. Alright, look, all you gotta do is just look at Black Panther and Crazy Rich Asians. Now look, man, Black Panther was a game changer. People who didn't often see themselves as heroes on screen got to be front and center. It was a whole moment, man. Same thing for Crazy Rich Asians. But look, behind the scenes, well, not much changed. Because look, the people calling the shots, the producers, the executives are still mostly white men. So while Hollywood might be showing a more diverse cast, who's making the real decisions? Y'all need a closer look at the behind the scenes dynamics, like who's really steering this ship? Now this brings us back to our one big question. Has Hollywood really accepted the woke culture? Now if Hollywood was serious about racial and social justice, why isn't diversity showing up in the places that actually matter? I mean, sure, it's great to see people of color on screen, but how about putting more of them in the rooms where the scripts is written, or at the table where deals is made? Here's the deal, man. The challenges I see here include what's regarded as performative activism. Now it's when business, organizations, or popular personalities try to make a big show of how progressive they are in order to avoid any stain on their reputation. I mean, hell, man, just look at Pride Month, right? It's like Pride Month roll around, suddenly everybody gay. And then what happens when Pride Month is gone? Suddenly everybody's straight again. And that's kind of the situation that we seen in Hollywood, man. Like, sure, one person might post about a racial justice cause or include a diverse cast in the movie, but is that really gonna be anything other than window dressing? And that's the point at which Hollywood looks a little fake and artificial and not so easygoing as an industry. Alright, let's think about things like the Oscars, right? Year after year, we're all happily told that they're gonna be more diverse and inclusive. They even get more members around to come and vote for the new company, right? But yeah, there's not been complete regression. Now there's been some improvement, but the picture of winners and nominees still looking the same. Another dilemma in Hollywood is that they always raise themselves to be progressive and versatile, yet they still get these things wrong. Now, what they desire is to become woke while keeping the oppressive dynamics that have been in place for the last few decades in check. Now, it's all about optics and about the status quo. We won't make it look like we uplifting people of color while we keeping them down. And even when they succeed in their attempt, right? The cancel culture enters through the front doors, torches lit, pitchforks at the ready. I mean, I guess y'all could even call it the don't you dare go against me culture. Now this feels like being a political prisoner. And even one wrong remark is gonna see you canceled. Look, cancel culture can help address real problems, but it also makes people scared. Have you ever hesitated to ask a question or express an opinion because it might upset or irritate somebody? This has left Hollywood in that kind of bizarre place in which everybody's so afraid to offend the next person while striving to be woke that voices are shut down. Kinda like, how do you balance free speech with a need for sensitivity in today's world? Alright, look, it's a simple solution, Hollywood. 2 words, man. Code switch. If all of us gotta do it, why the hell can't Hollywood do it too? Look, here's another wild part of the story, right? As Hollywood is struggling to find its bearings in a brave new world of woke, there's also a lot of pushback. With the recent rise of wokeism, numerous politicians like Ron DeSantis have based their campaigns mainly on the fight against woke culture. Now they discuss it like it's a disease spreading like wildfire, affecting education and entertainment among other things. Man, DeSantis himself has even passed laws in Florida forbidding any talk about race in schools, stating that wokeness is a danger to American identity. This dude even recently shared his views in a recent event in Virginia.
We have made Florida the state where woke goes to die. The woke mind virus represents a war on merit. It represents a war on achievement.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I think my Ron DeSantis impersonation is on point. So this whole war on woke is really very much real and is quickly becoming a critical point of discussion in the United States. And look, man, it ain't just Hollywood anymore, but it's actually for the whole of the United States, even in politics. What Hollywood's been doing for the last couple of years is going between 2 worlds. On one side, one gets the demand for this future development and justice. On the other hand, they consistently threaten to be canceled or called out if they mess up. What's the result of that? We get films and series that are overly cautious. They look like they worry more about the matter and not offending viewers than presenting significant and essential narratives. Like, man, just tell the black story, tell the Asian story, get out there, tell that biracial story, man. People gonna be pissed at you one way or the other, then tell the real story. And look, man, it's not only a matter of characters cast, right? It's about the who. The who is in front of and behind the camera, who's writing the scripts, who's directing the thing. What they don't get is that until those are tangible changes at that level, the Hollywood woke movement's gonna be more performative than progressive. But you know what, man? I'm gonna say this real quick, right? I'm gonna say this. I gotta add this real fast, right? Y'all just take a look at Spike Lee, right? That brother's been holding it down, only casting black people and people of color in everything that he does. But he also puts them in points of production and leadership. Now that's what we ought to be doing, right? Now, nobody can come at Spike Lee and say, oh, you a racist and you only favor black people and people of color. Nah, man, what he's doing is he's looking at this and saying, hey, this is what y'all been doing for over 100 years in film and industry and entertainment. If y'all can do it and ignore us and put us in marginalized roles, then how come I can't uplift people into roles and positions that they are destined to portray? But here's the thing, man, this ain't just about, HBO or Netflix or movies and TV series. They continue saying that Hollywood is reflective of society. Now this means that Hollywood deals with these matters ain't too different from how the rest of us gotta deal with them. Now I think that the woke paradox is something that we all experience in our everyday lives, even if we're not fully aware of it. I mean, we wanna be better, and better means knowing what we're doing, but at the same time, we're also scared of getting it wrong or speaking the wrong thing. And so then what happens? Then you got everybody walking around on eggshells afraid to say or even do anything. So the big fat question is, where do we go from here? To what extent can Hollywood even really truly become woke? Or is it just gonna keep on wobbling in this gray area where nobody wants to accept, complete changes? But the future still goes down. I mean, what's the future of Hollywood in this landscape even? Now only time's gonna tell. But what's evident is that this type of discussion is gonna continue until something gets done. Wokeism, cancel culture, criticism. There's a whole bunch of isms in Hollywood that it gotta get sorted out for itself. Anyway, share your thoughts, comments down below, like, subscribe, see you in the next video.